Okay, here we go with the new units. Let's do quizzes first. So you can write those down if you want to know what the quizzes are. Okay, quiz one. Next Tuesday, the 29th. Tuesday, the 29th. Actually, 2 weeks. Tuesday, the 12th. Wrong class. Hold on. Let's try that again. Thursday, the 24th. Thursday, the 24th. Quiz one. Quiz two, Thursday, the 31st. And there is no unit test. There's just 3 quizzes instead. The third and final quiz will be on Friday, April 8th. Okay, there we go. Today shouldn't be long at all, just introducing you to what a matrix is and how to write them. Okay, so here's the deal. Matrix. Matrices is the plural. When I have multiple matrices, I call them matrices. Here's what a matrix is. It's a bunch of rows of numbers. Okay, rows of numbers inside a big bracket. And you guys could probably flip through your packet real quick and look at what a matrix is. The brackets with a bunch of numbers in there. All right, first thing I have, how to take a system of equations we've been solving in the last unit and write it as a matrix. No, don't worry about it. I'm not asking you to solve these. Not at all. All right, this entire unit, I'm not going to ask you to solve these, but I do want you to write it in matrix form now. So we got our big brackets here that we're going to fill in numbers. What numbers go in there? The numbers in front of the variables. So the first row of numbers is the first equation, but just the numbers out in front of the variables. So everyone sees a 2 out in front of the x, so my first number in my matrix is 2. Next to the 2, what's in front of the y? A 1. I put a little space in between them as well. 1, 2 for the z. And now what it's equal to, I put a vertical bar that says, hey, this is where the equal sign would go. So I put a big vertical bar, and on the other side, what it's equal to, 2. And now I finish it by putting in the other 2 equations with their numbers out in front. So I have 3, -5, make sure the sign travels with it, -1, and 4. 1, -2, -3, -6. That's how this right here is a matrix. An arrangement of numbers in rows and columns. Any issues? All right, next one. Now, a couple different things happen on this one. What's my first row going to look like? 5, -2, -3. Now, I know that's equal to 0. You just can't leave it blank. You got to put a 0 in there. So there's the first equation. All right, what's a little bit different about the next one? 2 variables, correct. So what happens when I get to z? Well, what's going to happen first here with x and y? 1, 1. There shouldn't be any blanks. 0, 5. Now, next one, 2. Since there's no y, I put a 0. -3 and 4. All right, so that's what a matrix looks like and how it relates to the equations. All good? All right, now go in reverse. Take a matrix and write the 3 equations for me now. So this first one, 5x, no y. You don't need to put plus 0y. It's not there. Plus 3z equals -11. Equation 2, no x, y minus equals 12. All good? And then the third equation, plus 2y, no z, equals 4. Very basics today, the basics of a matrix. All good. All right, so you guys know how to write them and write them as an equation. Now, how do you name them? Okay, how do you name them? Like, how big is a matrix? And it depends on how many numbers they have inside. First, I assumed this incorrectly in first period, so let me go slower here. What's a row and what's a column?
Horizontal.
This is a row. Okay, that's a row. And also, no sarcasm here. That's a row. That's a column. Okay. How big a matrix is row first, column second. How many rows by how many columns there are. So if I'm looking at this one I gave you right here, how many rows are there? Rows are right here. That's a row of numbers. How many rows? 3 rows by how many columns?
4.
So we say this is a 3 by 4 matrix. 3 by 4 matrix. It's also called the order of it as well. If it's asking for the order, it wants to know how big it is. Okay? The order. Rows first, columns second. All right, couple practice questions. Part A, how big is that matrix? Matrix, first one there, part A. How many rows?
2.
2
4.
by how many columns?
4.
There you go. It's a 2 by 4. I guess you can't go wrong with part B, no matter if you don't know what a row or a column is, right? This is just 2 by 2. How about C? 1 row by 4 columns. Good. And then D, that is a matrix. It's only got 1 element in it, but it's a matrix, and that is 1 by 1. Yep. All good? Last thing I need to show you, what if I want a certain number out of the matrix? How do I identify it? Like, what position is 38 in here? All right, so that's the next part of this, is how to identify a number in it. Same way you named it. Row first, column second. So if I say, this is matrix A, so if I say matrix A with a 2, 3 down below, I'm looking for what is in row 2, column 3. So row 2, column 3, where do they meet?
1.
What's in that spot there? Row 2, column 3 at 1. So we say this is equal to 1. Row first, column second. That's the same thinking throughout the entire unit. All right. Okay, so let's get a little practice, and then you've got some time on your own here. So I have matrix D now. Matrix D. Real quick, what's the order of it? How big is it? How big is matrix D? Not that I know they're not asking, but question: how big is it? 3 by 2. Yep.
Oh, it's
Okay. I didn't ask that,
so
but
23
I just.
is 2 by 3. Okay.
No.
No, like.
Here we go. Part A.
2 by
Take matrix D, and what is in spot 2, 2? What is in spot 2? Take matrix D right here. What is in spot 2, 2? Row 2, column 2. Even if you have to trace it with 2 index fingers, what's there?
4.
So that's equal to number 4. Matrix D, spot 3, 1. Row 3, column 1. They intersect at 0. Matrix D, row 1, column 1. Negative 1. Matrix D, 2, 3.
There isn't a third column.
Problem? Good. Yeah, there's nothing there, so it does not exist. Yeah, just Just want to keep you on your toes there. It does not exist. Don't try to make something up. It's not there. Okay. Any problems? You guys are on your own. You guys are on your own. Try some of these out on your own, and I'll reveal the answers here in a second. Answers that first page up here. When you turn the page, please make sure W is your first variable when you turn the page to number 3. Go W, X, Y, Z for me.
W's the first variable?
Yeah, do W for me. Go in alphabetical order. Thank you. All good on the first page. Probably we're missing a few variables from a couple of equations, which is good because you saw 0. Tomorrow, please make sure you have a charged Chromebook. Okay, for the first half of this unit, all the classwork assignments are going to come out with Delta Math. So, all right, so please make sure you got a charged Chromebook coming into class tomorrow. I'm taking this unit pretty slow here just to make sure you guys get the basics before I do anything complex.